may not be a happy holiday for one of these two gentlemen, as later tonight, in your main event, it is a no disqualifications, no count-out street fight between the human highlight reel Ricochet and the Apex Predator Randy Orton. Tension has been rising for weeks. Something's gotta give on this holiday edition of Friday Night SmackDown. Our tour of the North continues live from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, and then we are kicking things off with a matchup to decide AJ Styles' next challenger for the United States Championship. The first SmackDown of 2024 comes your way 2 weeks from tonight. Styles will defend his red, white, blue, and gold, but who will be standing across the ring from the Phenomenal One?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds, Rey Mysterio!
2 weeks from tonight is not only the final SmackDown before we get to the Royal Rumble on January the 7th, but it is also the first SmackDown of 2024, SmackDown New Year's Revolution, coming your way in just 2 weeks right here on the Blue brand. A night that'll feature multiple championship matches, including the United States title on the line. But who is going to challenge AJ Styles? We find out right now, as these two men with a lot of respect for each other and Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar reignite their old rivalry live from the Canada Life Center.
And his opponent, representing Legado del Fantasma from Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in at 200 pounds. Santos Escobar!
Well, the history between Santos Escobar and Rey Mysterio, well documented. One of the best rivalries of 2023 that really took part in the first half of this year. And it has been well documented as well, the mutual respect that these two men have gained through that rivalry. And just last week on SmackDown, we saw Escobar and Mysterio team up successfully against the OC's Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Escobar and Mysterio have had run-ins with AJ Styles in singles competition in recent weeks. Unfortunately, neither of those matches going to what they would have hoped because of the interference by Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. And now tonight, another opportunity for Escobar and Rey Mysterio to get a shot at the Phenomenal One, AJ Styles. Respect is there between the Emperor of Lucha Libre and the Hall of Famer. But respect goes out the window and a championship match is hanging in the balance. Escobar, Mysterio, winner takes on Styles 2 weeks from tonight at SmackDown New Year's Revolution. I want to thank you for joining us on this holiday edition of Friday Night SmackDown. Happy holidays to everybody joining us. It's going to be an exciting couple of weeks here in the WWE. Holiday edition of SmackDown tonight. Holiday edition of Raw this coming Monday. Just hold that thought. Escobar going for an early pinfall. Mysterio into this matchup. Coming up in 2 weeks, Monday Night Raw, January the 1st. It'll be a day one edition of Raw. A lot more info on that coming this Monday night. And as we mentioned, 2 weeks from tonight, the New Year's Revolution edition of SmackDown, all leading up to Sunday night, January the 7th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, the first live premiere event of 2024, the Royal Rumble, which of course will kick off the road to WrestleMania. Gonna be exciting couple of weeks' time, and Mysterio and Escobar going at it to kick things off here in Winnipeg. These two men have become friends through that mutual respect. A bitter rival, at one point this year were Mysterio and Escobar. Going back and forth over the Cruiserweight Championship, fought at WrestleMania, Vengeance, and then finished off that legendary rivalry at King of the Ring in June. These two men know each other very well, and reigniting that flame here tonight. And look at Mysterio, springboard crossbody. Speaking of the Cruiserweight division, Mysterio flying around like one. And also speaking of that division, still to come tonight on SmackDown, the Irish Ace JD McDonagh. The blood is on his hands from last week. May have burned a bridge with Ilya Dragunov, but tonight he goes one-on-one with Axiom later tonight here in the Canada Life Center on SmackDown. And again, in your main event, the human highlight reel Ricochet set to take on the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. No disqualifications, no count-out street fight. Situation that's been brewing for the last month and change here on SmackDown. They're going to go head-to-head in a matchup we'll discuss more in depth later tonight in your main event. Let's focus on the action at hand. Escobar and Rey Mysterio battling for a United States Championship match in 2 weeks' time. And Escobar willing to throw caution in the wind in the means of success. Tope suicida, down goes Mysterio. Remember, Escobar took on Styles just a few weeks ago here in the blue brand. Almost had Styles on a few occasions. If it weren't for Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, he may have gotten the victory. And the same can be said about Rey Mysterio, who took on Styles for the United States Championship just a few weeks back at Armageddon in Detroit. Mysterio going for the frog splash and nobody home. Mysterio and Escobar both looking to get their hands on AJ Styles and a crack at the United States Championship. But only one man can move on to the New Year's Revolution edition of SmackDown, January the 5th, 2 weeks from tonight. And who will it be? These two men, a lot of respect and a lot of history with each other. But who wants it more? Who's going to be the better man here tonight in Winnipeg? Right now, Escobar in control of this match. Could be looking for a little Frankensteiner. Sending Mysterio dead center of the canvas. Escobar looking good as he looks to continue breaking out of the Cruiserweight division here on SmackDown. A big-time splash right in the middle of the ring. And only a 1 count that time. Former 3-time Cruiserweight champion is Santos Escobar. Lost the gold to Ilya Dragunov last month at Survivor Series, and we've really been seeing a new side of Escobar over the last couple of weeks. Looking to break out into different competition here on SmackDown. And if that includes going through, I should say, a man he respects in Rey Mysterio, well then so be it. Nice sit-out powerbomb moments ago. Unfortunately for Escobar, not enough to keep down. In my opinion, the greatest mask of all time, but that might have just knocked him out. Big time knee, I believe, right to the jaw. And now Escobar on the middle buckle. Mysterio to his feet. Escobar has to keep his eyes. One of the quickest superstars in the WWE locker room. Mysterio, well, wait a minute. Escobar trying to maintain the momentum. Tried for a sneaky pinfall that time. Mysterio had it scouted. You remember the battles these two men had in 2023 and how well they know each other. Took each other on at WrestleMania in a matchup that was won by Rey Mysterio. Escobar beat Rey in May at Vengeance. And Santos winning the rubber match at King of the Ring back in June. Now another chapter being written in the Mysterio-Santos saga tonight. Mysterio looking to mount some offense and stack some offense. Trying to get back in the driver's seat of this match. Escobar on roller skates at ringside. And Mysterio, look at that tilt-to-whirl head scissors from the top to the outside. Great maneuver by the Hall of Famer. Talk about Escobar throwing caution in the wind. Mysterio has made a career of it. And he's made a career out of fighting out of situations like this. Back up against the wall. Opportunity hanging in the balance. Will Mysterio be able to take advantage and have another meeting with AJ Styles 2 weeks from tonight? All remains to be seen. Mysterio taking this fight to the outside. Not afraid to get his hands dirty. Now he's got Escobar to his feet and sending him back inside the squared circle. What has Mysterio got in mind? Could be looking for that frog splash again, but the second time in this match does not go Mysterio's way. Rey biting off more than he can chew, and Escobar looking to take advantage of another misstep, stacking up Mysterio. Combination pinfall. Oh, but Rey has been there before, and he's broken out of it before. Mysterio survives momentarily. Mysterio is starting to stack the offense, but another misstep as he wanted that frog splash to no avail. Now Mysterio on the top rope. I'm not sure what Santos Escobar has got in mind this time. Oh, wait a minute. He's not going for a... I believe he is. Oh, phantom driver from the middle buckle. Mysterio down and out. What a maneuver by the Emperor of Lucha Libre. Oh, but Mysterio somehow still in this fight. Escobar went to the top. Tried to put an exclamation point on this matchup, but Mysterio's heart is still pumping. Oh, but Santos looking to keep the foot on the gas pedal. Now inside the ring, a second phantom driver to Rey Mysterio. And with the respect there, it went out the window in this match. Escobar did what he had to do to get the conclusion. A great competition to kick things off here in Winnipeg tonight, but the Emperor of Lucha Libre secures himself a meeting with the phenomenal AJ Styles 2 weeks from tonight for the red, white, blue, and gold.
Here is your winner, Santos Escobar.
Well, we said moments ago that Santos Escobar, just a month and change after losing his Cruiserweight title, was looking to break out of the Cruiserweight division, and he has been doing so over the last number of weeks. And now the huge opportunity presents itself. 2 weeks from tonight at SmackDown New Year's Revolution, the first SmackDown of 2024, AJ Styles defends the United States Championship against the Emperor of Lucha Libre, Santos Escobar. The next time we come your way for a live premiere event, we kick off 2024 as the road to WrestleMania begins. Sunday night, January the 7th, we come to you from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada for the 2024 Royal Rumble. What will happen at one of the most anticipated events of the year? A night where 15 Raw and 15 SmackDown superstars battle it out for a chance to main event WrestleMania. Join us live Sunday night, January the 7th, 2024 for the Royal Rumble. The stakes continue to be raised live tonight in Winnipeg as it is time to decide Shayna Baszler's opponent for the Royal Rumble on January the 7th.
The following contest is an 8-woman battle royal. Making her way to the ring from Knoxville, Tennessee, Bianca Belair.
Well, not only is the United States Championship match hanging in the balance moments ago, but right here, right now, we will decide who Shayna Baszler defends her Women's World Championship against live in just over 2 weeks at the Royal Rumble in Las Vegas, Nevada. 8 women about to get an opportunity, about to step inside that squared circle. The last woman standing in this battle royal claims the #1 contendership. Who is going on to Sin City? We find out live next on SmackDown.
The time is now to become part of something bigger than yourself. A force that will change the game.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
Along the way, there's nothing I could say, nothing I could say, but I say, you can wipe the years you're hiding, I say, you can kill that fear you're holding, there is one thing that is true.
We are back inside the Canada Life Center here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, on this special holiday edition of Friday Night SmackDown. And coming up right here, right now, an 8-woman over-the-top rope battle royal to determine Shayna Baszler's opponent for the Royal Rumble on January the 7th, 2024, where she will defend her Women's World Championship. Huge opportunity for some of the women in the SmackDown locker room. 7 women have already made their way to the ring. Participant number 8 about to make their way down the aisle. And I got a feeling every woman in this match ready to scratch and claw for this opportunity because championship shots don't come around every day.
And their opponent from Rio Grande Valley, Texas, Raquel Rodriguez.
We're taking a look at a couple of women here who have had some recent run-ins with Shayna Baszler, whether they be in one-on-one or multiple women action. You saw Bianca Belair moments ago, weeks removed from that awesome contest against Baszler at Armageddon. Io Sky, Raquel Rodriguez, they were involved in the matchup back at Survivor Series, where Shayna originally won the Women's World Championship. And she tapped out that woman right there, Raquel Rodriguez, who had eliminated both Candice LeRae and Io Sky for a 4 women's elimination matchup. However, the damage was done, and the second Karafuda clutch was enough to keep down Raquel Rodriguez. But who is going to make their way to T-Mobile Arena Las Vegas, Nevada for this golden opportunity. Shayna Baszler awaits her opponent. Who will it be? The bell has sounded. 8 women about to clash. Let's take a look at all the participants inside the ring right now. We got Bayley, Candice LeRae, Zoe Stark, Shotzi, former champion, Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Indy Hartwell, Raquel Rodriguez. Stacked field, if I say so myself. Former champions in there and former contenders in there as well. Some women who have really been doing their darndest to climb the ranks of the SmackDown Women's Division throughout this year. As we talked about, some women inside of that ring right now who have had history with Shayna Baszler in more ways than one. Look at Candice LeRae. She has had 2 well-documented matches with Shayna Baszler this year as Candice taking out Indy Hartwell, her usual tag team partner. Sure, obviously loads of respect between those 2 women, but respect goes out the window when a title opportunity is on the line. Hold that thought. I believe it was Io Sky who just dumped out Zoe Stark already, giving us our first casualty of this now 7-women battle royal. Zoe Stark opportunity not going to be coming up on January the 7th. Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell going at it. Both those women looking to scratch and claw, even if they got to go through each other, similar to what we saw between Santos Escobar and Rey Mysterio moments ago. So Shotzi and Raquel Rodriguez going at it. I'm sure Shotzi with a bone to pick against Raquel. Over the last month at Saturday Night's main event, Raquel Rodriguez defeating Shotzi inside of that squared circle. A match that sent her on her way to Survivor Series. We've got some women in there like Bayley, who former champion and really decorated throughout her career, but has really had a rocky 2023. We've only seen her sporadically, and that is because every time she's gotten an opportunity, I don't mean to rub it in, but she really hasn't taken the most advantage of it. Got to get those W's, got to get those wins and losses. They matter around these parts, especially when it comes to championship opportunities and getting your spot on television. Goes a long way, and tonight's an opportunity for Bayley to get back to the promised land. Mina Spade, Shayna Baszler had a decorated 2023 WWE Women's Champion. Of course, that championship now assigned to Monday Night Raw. Women's World Championship created for SmackDown, and Baszler becoming the first to hold that brand new gold back at Survivor Series. Already with a defense under her belt, her and Bianca Belair tearing down the house in Little Caesars Arena, Detroit, Michigan. A number of weeks ago, Bianca Belair almost had Baszler on a couple occasions, almost became the new Women's World Champion. Shayna Baszler was just the better woman on that night in Detroit. Bianca Belair with another opportunity. Maybe the second time could be a charm if the EST could challenge once more for the championship. All remains to be seen. Look at the far left corner, Candice LeRae trying to get rid of the ballsy badass Shotzi. Shotzi, former 2-time champion, former tag team champion as well with Bianca Belair. Those 2 women with a storied past earlier this year on SmackDown. Shotzi owns a victory over Bianca back at No Mercy in September. Bianca beat Shotzi in that no disqualifications match back at the season premiere of SmackDown September as well. A lot of histories, a lot of familiar foes in this matchup. All roads lead to the Royal Rumble, 2 weeks from this Sunday, where the Women's World Championship will be on the line. One of the most dominant women we have seen in quite some time on Friday Night SmackDown, Shayna Baszler, who really, dare I say, had a bounce-back year in 2023. Really resurfaced and reminded everybody just how dangerous she was. Looking for that momentum to bleed over into 2024. But who will be her challenger? Will one of these 7 women be able to take down Shayna at the Royal Rumble? Candice LeRae almost eliminated right there by Io Sky. Candice holding on. Only 1 casualty so far. That was Zoe Stark early on in this matchup by hands of the Genius of the Sky. Got Bianca trying to take Indy Hartwell out. Indy's got a little bit of the size advantage in this match. Let's look at Bianca and Raquel as the tallest, or excuse me, the strongest. Indy Hartwell may be the tallest. I can't tell from this perspective, but gotta imagine that size advantage might make you some kind of favorite, or possibly the opposite, might make you a target in a battle royal like this. Nonetheless, Raquel Rodriguez, Bianca Belair, 2 powerhouses, 2 all-stars of the SmackDown Women's Division crossing paths. Bianca and Candice. There's some familiar foes as well. You know, Candice LeRae won a Battle Royal earlier this year to challenge Shayna Baszler, but she was WWE Women's Champion. Last person she eliminated in that matchup was Bianca Belair. Maybe Candice looking to repeat history, throw out Bianca and win another Battle Royal in 2023. Candice sending Raquel over the top rope. Raquel Rodriguez, up and comer here on SmackDown, trying to hold on. And Raquel's out of here.
Raquel Rodriguez has been eliminated.
Candice LeRae just getting the better of Raquel. That's got to sting for Raquel Rodriguez after coming up short last month at Survivor Series. I'm sure she has been very much itching to get her hands on the Queen of Spades and have an opportunity at the Women's World Championship. But that's going to have to come at another time. See Bianca and Shotzi going at it. Again, we just talked about the bad blood between those two women from earlier this year. Former tag team partners turned bitter enemies. Indi Hartwell turned their eyes to the genius of the sky. Deal with other plans. A lot of chaos in this matchup. Very hard to get an advantage in a battle royal. You always got to have your eyes in the back of your head. And a KOD on Bayley. And there you saw, same time, Io Sky getting rid of Indi Hartwell. Indi not going to be making her way to the Royal Rumble. That leaves us with 5 women. Bayley, Io Sky. Oh, wait a minute, Bayley sent over the top rope. Io Sky going to try to get Bayley out of here. Holding on to the ropes. One more shot, and there she goes.
Bayley has been eliminated.
And that leaves us with 4. Io Sky, Shotzi, Candice LeRae, and Bianca Belair. Candice and Bianca have had their run-ins with Shayna Baszler this year. Io Sky chomping at the bit to climb the ranks here on SmackDown. Shotzi, who's been to the Promised Land before. Can she get back there? Remember, Shotzi walked into this year's Royal Rumble as the WWE Women's Champion. Can she walk into the 2024 edition of that show as the contender? All remains to be seen as we are down to 4 in this Battle Royal. Meanwhile, look at Candice face plant to Bianca. And there goes Shotzi.
Has been eliminated.
Io Sky eliminating the ballsy badass. Candice LeRae eliminating the genius in the sky.
Has been eliminated.
Just like that. Casualty followed by another. And we are down to 2. Candice LeRae and Bianca Belair. And history repeats itself. We've mentioned the Battle Royal from, I believe, back in August here on SmackDown. Candice and Bianca, the final 2 on that night. Here we are again on this holiday edition of the Blue Brand as the EST and the Poison Pixie battle it out for the #1 contendership. Man, what chaos in this Battle Royal. Io Sky eliminated and Shotzi had her back turned. Candice LeRae took advantage and sent the genius of the sky over the top rope. Which one of these 2 women will get another crack at a woman they have both encountered throughout 2023, the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler. Candice looking for round 3 with Shayna. Bianca looking for the same. Women's World Championship will be on the line January the 7th. Candice taking down Bianca Belair right now. Obviously, still in this matchup. A little bit of energy left in the tank. Oh, wait a minute. The Poison Pixie trying to muscle up. The obvious stronger woman out of these 2. Will it be enough? Bianca holding on. Now trying to push her off the apron. Bianca in a precarious situation. Able to battle out of it, however. Candice LeRae better watch her back because Bianca is on her tail. Into the ropes she goes. Tilt to whirl face first off the canvas. Moonsault in the ring. Bianca could be looking to stack up the offense. Do a number on Candice before she tries for an elimination. Face first again. The EST coming unglued here tonight in Winnipeg. She knows how close she was to taking down Baszler at Armageddon. Could it be a repeat? Wait a minute. On the shoulders. KOD to the Poison Pixie. Bianca Belair with a wounded opponent inside the squared circle. And there she goes! Bianca Belair with the final elimination, and the EST is getting another crack at the Queen of Spades in just 2 weeks from Sunday at the Royal Rumble. A chaotic battle royal where there could only be one winner. And the last woman standing, the EST of SmackDown, Bianca Belair. What a match tonight in Winnipeg.
Here is your winner, Bianca Belair.
Well, these two women tore down the house just a number of weeks ago in Detroit. A matchup where you gotta go check out the replay if you missed it, because the layover, the next chapter is coming our way 2 weeks from Sunday at the Royal Rumble. Bianca Belair in a rematch with the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler, for the Women's World Championship 2 weeks from Sunday at the Royal Rumble. The next time we come your way for a live premiere event, we kick off 2024 as the road to WrestleMania begins. Sunday night, January the 7th, we come to you from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada for the 2024 Royal Rumble. What will happen at one of the most anticipated events of the year? A night where 15 Raw and 15 SmackDown superstars battle it out for a chance to main event WrestleMania. Join us live Sunday night, January the 7th, 2024 for the Royal Rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take you back to last week on SmackDown. Alpha Academy's Chad Gable going one-on-one with the Irish Ace, J.D. McDonagh. And it was a big-time victory for J.D. McDonagh, a statement-making victory if I say so myself. But McDonagh was not done handling business last week, as you can see, ambushing the Cruiserweight Champion, the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov, as he was making his way down the aisle for a contest with Axiom. McDonagh obviously throwing down the gauntlet that he wants a shot at the gold. Dragunov went on to compete and ended up defeating Axiom in singles action. However, McDonagh wasn't done making a statement last week here on the Blue Brand. The brawl ensued once more at the top of the entrance ramp, so much so, referees, security, everybody out here trying to get apart J.D. McDonagh and the Cruiserweight Champion. Obviously, the Irish Ace has his eye on the piece of hardware currently entitled the Ilya Dragunov. Nonetheless, Axiom found himself in the middle of McDonagh and Dragunov last week, now tries to break out and possibly earn himself a future Cruiserweight Championship opportunity, another round with the Mad Dragon Ilya Dragunov. But first, he's got to get through the devilish Irish Ace.
And his opponent from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 180 pounds, J.D. McDonagh.
We've talked about it in depth before, but there's just something cold and sinister about J.D. McDonagh. Very calculated inside that ring, and obviously very calculated with what he wants. There's no questions about what happened last week. McDonagh was successful and then used that victory to catapult himself into the Cruiserweight Championship competition. McDonagh had challenged for that same gold back in the summer during the reign of Santos Escobar. It did not go the way of the Irish Ace. Ever since then, McDonagh has been waiting for the opportunity to get another chance at the Cruiserweight title. With Ilya Dragunov now at the helm of the Cruiserweight division, got past Armageddon, through Nathan Frazier looking for new challengers, J.D. McDonagh looking to put himself at the front of the line. Last week was a statement, don't get me wrong, but tonight could really make some noise for both of these men. Whether it be the Irish Ace, J.D. McDonagh, or the always exciting Axiom, we're going to find out who's the better man and who truly deserves to be a future #1 contender here tonight at the Canada Life Center. Great holiday edition of SmackDown so far. Still to come, that street fight in your main event between Ricochet and Randy Orton. Let's just hold that thought till later. Axiom doing an impression of the human highlight reel. Shooting star press to start off this matchup, and now taking the Irish Ace to the outside. J.D. McDonagh may be the one with the plan, but the Axiom's coming in with a trick or two up his sleeve as well. Axiom, as we mentioned, found himself in the middle of the J.D. McDonagh Ilya Dragunov chaos last week. And obviously Axiom fell short to Ilya Dragunov in non-championship action. Tonight, an opportunity for Axiom to take down the Irish Ace J.D. McDonagh and possibly put himself in line for a future opportunity at the gold. All remains to be seen what is going to happen here tonight in Winnipeg, with McDonagh ambushing Axiom at the top and sending him back down to the canvas. JD McDonagh not afraid to take it to the air. Definitely a more technical prowess comes across with the Irish Ace. Looking to ground Axiom tonight, who loves to take it to the sky. JD McDonagh, gotta give credit where credit's due. A full package inside of that ring. Oh, wait a minute. Gonna prove that statement to be the fullest. Over the top rope, taking out Axiom. 1 minute we're calling his technical prowess excellent. The other, he's heading over the top. Whether you like the attitude and the recent actions of the Irish Ace, you cannot knock the talent from bell to bell. McDonagh looking to break out. Former Cruiserweight champion years ago in NXT. Wants another reign here on Friday Night SmackDown. But Axiom still in this fight. Axiom made his debut on SmackDown earlier this year, challenging Rey Mysterio for that very Cruiserweight gold. It did not go his way. All these months later, Axiom once again finds himself looking to climb the ranks of the Cruiserweight division. McDonagh rolling to the outside. Axiom just trying to get back in this matchup, with the Irish Ace obviously coming in with an A plan, B plan, C, all the way to Z. Look at the speed of Axiom, however. Tilt-a-whirl, tornado DDT. Executed perfectly that time. And now heading back to the top. Was not successful moments ago. This time he was. Crossbody into the cover. Lateral press does not go his way. I'm sure Ilya Dragunov, wherever he is tonight, has got his eyes on this matchup. Looking at the man who ambushed him last week. Looking at the man who he defeated last week. But ultimately looking at two viable contenders for the Cruiserweight Championship. Nonetheless, Axiom dropping the axe hammer. Unfortunately, not able to get the 3 count he so desired. McDonagh now. Nice reversal, trying to get back into this match. Wait a minute, headbutt. Saito combination, a deadly combination by McDonagh. And not enough to put him away. A signature out of the arsenal of the Irish Ace. But Axiom battling through the pain. JD McDonagh not able to keep Axiom down that time. Looking to pull out another card. Possibly the ace. Fireman's carry position and spinning out his opponent. Dead center, a little bit off center, on the canvas. And that's gonna do it. JD McDonagh, back-to-back weeks, making an emphatic statement here on SmackDown. JD McDonagh with one goal in mind, and that's an opportunity at the Cruiserweight Championship. After tonight's victory, will he get his wish?
Here is your winner, JD McDonagh.
JD ambushed Ilya Dragunov 7 nights ago. That was following a victory over Chad Gable of Alpha Academy. Tonight, walking into Winnipeg and silencing Axiom. JD McDonagh making a strong case to become the next #1 contender for the Cruiserweight title of the world. It is coming your way 2 weeks from Sunday, live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, the 2024 Royal Rumble. But before we talk about the Rumble, let's take you back to this past Monday night on Raw. WWE's newest free agent, the Rated R superstar Edge, was met with a arrival of the Beast Incarnate, the return of Brock Lesnar, who for one reason or another decided to take issue with Edge on Raw, leaving Edge laying in his hometown of Toronto with an F5. We can officially determine, ladies and gentlemen, that at the Royal Rumble, for only the second time ever in their careers, Edge will meet Brock Lesnar one-on-one. And why Lesnar attacked Edge, well, we understand. We're going to get more on that this coming Monday night on the holiday edition of Raw. But what we can tell you, Edge, Lesnar, coming up in 2 weeks from Sunday in Las Vegas. Also signed for the Royal Rumble, Liv Morgan back in action on Raw and making her case to challenge Rhea Ripley for the WWE Women's Championship. Liv Morgan held that title last year. She looks to kick off 2024, holding it again. Earlier tonight, the EST Bianca Belair outlasting 7 other women in the Battle Royal, earning her #1 contendership. And now 2 weeks from Sunday, she meets the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler, for the Women's World Championship. In the main event on behalf of Monday Night Raw, the WWE Championship will be on the line as the almighty Bobby Lashley gets the chance he was supposed to be given months ago as he takes on the visionary Seth freaking Rollins. Lashley Rollins for the WWE title. What about coming up 2 weeks from tonight? 48 hours before we get to the Royal Rumble, it is SmackDown New Year's Revolution, where Santos Escobar has earned himself an opportunity to challenge AJ Styles for the United States Championship. And from what I understand, another championship matchup just signed. The Irish Ace JD McDonagh will challenge the Mad Dragon Ilya Dragunov for the Cruiserweight Championship of the world. And there is some fire brewing between these two men. Something's got to give when the gold's on the line 2 weeks from tonight. Well, what about next week on SmackDown? And coming your way, a huge return for the first time since Survivor Series. The former world champion, the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre, is back on the blue brand as he takes on the Nigerian Giant Omos next week on the final SmackDown of 2023. A whole lot of action coming your way over the next couple of weeks on the road to and at the Royal Rumble, Sunday night, January the 7th. But still some action to get to right here tonight in Winnipeg. No disqualifications, no count out. It is a street fight, and something's got to give.
The following is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring from Paducah, Kentucky, weighing in at 190 pounds, Ricochet!
Well, a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown, Ricochet picked up a shocking victory, and a huge victory at that, against the Apex Predator Randy Orton. That loss for Orton did not sit kindly, as just a week later he ambushed Ricochet in the backstage area, taking Ricochet out of a main event where he was supposed to team with Johnny Gargano. Ricochet returned to action last week, emphatic statement made against Austin Theory, but obviously issues still brewing with Randy Orton that these two men look to settle tonight. And because of that ambush in the parking lot a few weeks ago, Orton, Ricochet, street fight rules. I got a feeling something is gonna get a little bit extreme here in Winnipeg.
And his opponent from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 250 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton!
Look into the eyes of the Apex Predator. Randy Orton, I don't want to say it out loud, but has been a little bit of downward spiral as of late. Ever since he lost to Drew McIntyre back in October at Clash at the Castle, something has been off with Randy Orton, no doubt about it. Remember, Orton was on Team Austin Theory at Survivor Series. That did not go the way of the Apex Predator, eliminated in that matchup. As we talked about the issues here between himself and the human highlight reel, Ricochet pulling off that shocking victory a couple of weeks ago right here on SmackDown, infuriating the Viper, so much so that he had to ambush Ricochet in the backstage area. Nonetheless, something's got to give here tonight. The rematch on hand, and now throw the rules out the window. Ricochet is either going to have the biggest win of his career with Lightning striking twice once again, or that win a few weeks ago may be the biggest mistake of the human highlight reel's career. Randy Orton, with no rules or restrictions, may become the most dangerous SOB in all of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Nonetheless, it is your main event here in the holiday edition of SmackDown. Ricochet, Orton, street fight rules. Here we go. Ricochet hot out of the gate. Ricochet looking for some retribution after being laid out in the backstage area 2 weeks ago here in the blue brand, and taking the fight to Orton early. Randy Orton, I'm sure, expected this early sprint out of the one and only. But Ricochet has got to be careful as he sends Orton to the outside. Remember, no countouts. The fight can take place anywhere here in the Canada Life Center. Ricochet, tilt-to-whirl over that top rope. The future of Flight doing what he does best and soaring through the skies. He's just got to be precautious with Randy Orton. So dangerous. Already in a normal matchup, and now, with Orton allowed to use the surroundings of ringside and no count to stop him, Ricochet has got to be precautious of the Viper. You see, just like that, Randy Orton flipping the switch on Ricochet. You don't hear a count going. These two men can battle on the outside from pillar to post until we see a conclusion. Pinfall's got to take place inside the squared circle, but outside of that, ain't nothing stopping these two men from tearing apart the Canada Life Center here tonight. All remains to be seen what is going to happen. I'll tell you what, this is a huge victory either way of the match for either Ricochet or Randy Orton tonight. Heading out of 2023, we getting close to the Royal Rumble, heading into 2024. Both of these men looking to build momentum. And Ricochet, kendo stick in hand, right to the rib cage of Randy Orton. Ricochet out for retribution tonight. And looking to use the stipulation to his advantage, but it also goes to the other side of the coin. Orton with a reversal, and now using that same kendo stick on the future of flight. Ricochet's speed getting him out of harm's way that time. I don't know how many times he's going to be able to get lucky as he sends Orton right on the barricade. Ricochet now picking up that stick that he introduced moments ago. These two men are going to wake up with some welts on Saturday morning. They're going to be nursing themselves in ice on Christmas morning as Ricochet unloading on Randy Orton. Or at least trying to. Orton fighting for his life to get out from that situation. I do not expect, as we are seeing so far, these two men to really gain some control in this matchup. I'd be shocked if they do. I expect chaos all the way through as Orton down and out momentarily, and Ricochet off the apron that time. The biggest win, dare I say, of Ricochet's career a few weeks ago against the Apex Predator. Will lightning strike twice tonight in Winnipeg? Now, Ricochet really using those stops, really using the street fight, I should say. There we go. Rules to the fullest, grabbing that stop sign out from underneath the ring. Unfortunately, Randy Orton is the one using the plunder. Ricochet trying to avoid it. Look at the dent that was put into that stop sign. One and only keeps going back under the ring, and I'm grabbing a hockey stick. I know we're in Winnipeg, but this is not the NHL. Kendo sticks, hockey sticks, stop signs. What else are these two men going to pull out tonight? Ricochet avoiding disaster. Pinfalls can only take place inside of the ring. Looking for a sneaky one that time, but Randy Orton avoided it. Now fireman's carry position. The Apex Predator looking to slow down the human highlight reel. Oh, now Orton with the weaponry. And he's got that hockey stick, and I believe he's going after the shoulder blade, and that time the skull. Ricochet better be careful. This is getting a splinter in the head. If worse, getting cracked open. Orton thought he had him that time, but Ricochet still with fight left in him. Going for an RKO early, and he hits it. And that could be all she wrote early on in this match, but Ricochet still with some life left in him. Orton's mistake that time was going for the kill way too early. Ricochet put up a fight a few weeks ago, was able to survive some of Orton's best. That's how he picked up the victory. Dare I say, a mistake out of Orton's arsenal, trying to put Ricochet away way too early. Swinging that kendo stick, cutting air with it. Ricochet doing all he can to avoid that. Now Orton from behind, overhand chop, and a pump kick. So much action to keep up with in this street fight here tonight. Springboard going for the moonsault, and nobody home. And now Orton looking to slow down once again as Ricochet was trying to speed up. Now, vintage Randy Orton. Ricochet is in trouble. And Randy Orton has got this right where he wants it tonight. The momentum of Randy Orton about to go on a complete 180 as we get close to the new year. Breaking that hockey stick right over the rib cage of Ricochet. But credit where credit's due. Ricochet putting up a fight and trying to get back into this match. Now Ricochet with the kendo stick and unleashing on the Viper for only so long. Man, these two men Forget the pleasantries. They are going for the kill. And now at ringside, Blue Thunder by Ricochet. And now what? Going back after that kendo stick. Look how beat up that stick is. It's barely holding on. There it is again. Orton's just eating these shots left and right. And another, and that time it explodes. Ricochet coming unglued. The weapon in the hand of the future of flight. And now back underneath the ring, and Ricochet looking to up the ante. Table in play. Table set inside the squared circle. And now Randy Orton, I don't know if he knows that that table was just introduced by the human highlight reel, but obviously Ricochet with plans in mind. Ricochet got that hockey stick broken over his rib cage. Orton with that kendo stick broken over his body. And now Ricochet going over the top, lands on his feet like a cat, but Randy Orton strikes from behind with a stop sign and throws it down on him like a pile of dirt. No one able to get a firm grasp of momentum in this matchup, that's for darn sure. Now Orton once again trying to use that kendo stick. These two men are just fighting through the punishment tonight. This is not a wrestling match, folks. This is a straight-up fight in the middle of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Almost expecting nothing less with the street fight stipulation, as now Orton swinging a neck breaker on the outside. Business once again slows down when Randy Orton tries to take control. Ricochet gets the kendo stick cracked right over the skull, and I got a feeling Orton may be nearing the finish line first. Never count out the one and only. Look at him go again. These two men letting adrenaline flow through them tonight. They are going to feel the punishment when they wake up tomorrow. They are certainly put tomorrow in the past, or I should say in the back of their mind, focused on the now here in Winnipeg as Ricochet with Orton on his shoulders at ringside and down on the floor of the Canada Life Center. Ricochet picked up that victory 3 weeks ago, but he has not forgotten when the ante was up 2 weeks ago, when Orton laid him out in the backstage area. That is the retribution that the human highlight reel is searching for tonight. Orton up against the ropes. Ricochet somehow with the life to outrun the Apex Predator. Ricochet looking to make some noise here on Friday Night SmackDown. Into the ropes he goes. Up, over. And now signature. Oh, this time Orton got the knees up. Orton got the knees up, not allowing Ricochet to continue that momentum. A reversal that time. Orton in the air, another reversal. Here we go again. Pendulum momentum swinging back and forth between these two men. I think Ricochet's got his eyes on that table that he set up a few moments ago. Randy Orton may as well. Widow kick to the drop kick. Orton turning his sights to that table. Ricochet with other plans. Big time knee and a shooting star press. Man, this is straight up a hockey fight tonight on SmackDown. We're gonna go back and check the timers, see who actually had the momentum for more than 15 seconds in this thing. And now Orton, wait a minute, on the outside, trying to introduce those steel steps to this match. That's the last thing we need in what has already been a brutally violent street fight. That moment of hesitation, giving Ricochet a spot to breathe. That table in a precarious situation, and so is the Apex Predator. Wait a minute, Ricochet. Frankensteiner sends Randy Orton through the table. Ricochet throwing caution in the wind, and it works out for the future of Flight 630. A cover. Randy Orton still alive. Somehow the Apex Predator still slithering like a snake. Kick to the gut, to no avail. Randy Orton not trying to allow Ricochet to capitalize with another victory here tonight. Adrenaline flowing through their souls, but who is going to make the most of this street fight tonight in Winnipeg, Manitoba? Kick to the gut again. Ricochet with Orton on a knee. And he almost got him, but Orton survives again. Randy Orton going through that table, eating the 630. Now a forearm right to the jaw. And a ring coil knee. Will that be the exclamation point? And it's going to be a great holiday in the household of the one and only. A second victory. And dare I say, one bigger than the last over the Apex Predator tonight on SmackDown. What a street fight. What survival instincts by the one and only.
Here is your winner, Ricochet!
Well, Randy Orton made his bed, and tonight he was forced to sleep in it. Ricochet scored the biggest win 3 weeks ago, but upped the ante tonight in a victory in street fight fashion. Oh, wait a minute. Wait just a second. The World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. I completely forgot that the rumors were whirling that Gunther was going to choose his Royal Rumble opponent tonight. Well, it looks like the champion waited to see who the last man standing in this street fight was. Gunther face to face with Ricochet and raising his gold high. Gunther wants competition. He thrives off it. And I believe he is opening up the challenge to Ricochet to challenge him for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Game face on when I chase like that. Yeah, I play so strong with a knife in the back. I'ma swing home run like a baseball bat. Gonna see me rise, you can hate on that. I don't play both sides, doing me no cap. I'm a